What's going on, guys? My name is Zach7365, and you can just call me Zach. I'm coming at you with a updated Speedroid list. Well, kind of updated. Kind of want to go over the list that I took with me tonight, because it's not the best, but I'd like use it as a learning experience and just show people what the deck could really do with this type of build. There's a couple cards in it that really interest me, like why I built it, because I got this off of the Speedroid Discord. So I put it together, took it with me today, and we went it did not go very well. We won one round, we lost 2 rounds, and we tied 1 round. So we didn't do very well. But everything is a learning experience, so we're gonna take this, run through the deck as quick as possible, and try to learn from it and make a better deck. Also, if you are not going to watch the whole video, please do not copy this deck. I will put I don't know, someone put a timestamp down in the comments. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. All right, standard list so far. We got Terratop, 3 Win, 3 Marble, 3 Hound, 3 Tack, 3 Car Turbo, 2 Duke, 2 Dice, 1 Plane, 1 Yo-Yo, 1 Piper, 1 Yan Yan, 2 Ash, 2 Valor, 2 Ogre, 2 Telly, E-Telly, 3 Will, 2 TTT, 3 Infinite Impermanents, 2 Duplicates, and then for the extra deck we have a Rider, a Kite Drake, a Fast Dragon, a Goida, Chunbara, 2 Cork Blaster, a Rubber Band Shooter, an Auroradon, a Crystal Wing, another Crystal Wing, a Shen, a Wind Pegasus, Attic Nister, a Charge Warrior, and a Baron de Fleur. Side, a lot of meta in my locals like Tri Brigade, Sword Soul, Despia, Invoked, Shadalls, all that fun stuff. So it's really tailored to that. So we got Nibiru's, Droll Lockbirds, Dark Ruler No More, Twin Twisters, Feather Duster, Red Reboot, and the Imperial Order. The Feather Duster was a last minute decision because I needed a 15th card, and I didn't want to play the 1 Gozen, and I felt like I needed as much spell and trap removal because there's a lot. All right, so it's either trap decks or it's meta decks. Like either way, I mean, you got to be prepared for anything. But overall, there were a lot of hands where I drew way too many normal summons, specifically drawing Hound, Marble Machine, and Yo-Yo multiple times. Did not feel good, and I think I had like 2 imperms in my hand at this with it as well, going first against the dinosaur player. I believe it was the dinosaur player, so they couldn't be targeted, so it didn't matter. So like that was a big gripe. I know a lot of people only want to play the 1 red-eye die, or they're like, oh, we gotta play 2. Playing the 2, I saw the red-eye die in my hand a lot with no way to discard it, unfortunately. Speedroid wheel is all right at 3. I might cut it down to 2 whenever I do a revision of this and actually do a better take of it, or just could do a completely different build, because as you can see, no speed recoveries, nothing like that. I think the deck really needs the speed recoveries now, because we do benefit from just having the name on the board, because even though Terratop has used its effect this time, like if it's already used its effect or it's been negated and it's been activated for the turn, you can still special summon it back and then Duke effect, bring back the red-eye die, change it to a 2, get the plays rolling, you know. So there's still speed recovery still has its uses. They're a little bit better now that we have the Cork Blaster and we're able to do some of the nutty things that we are able to when we actually can play the game. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a different list that I found. Shout outs to Winter Kills. I'm using his list that he posted maybe like 5-6 hours ago at the time of recording this. We're going to use that list as a base, make some minor tweaks. Like the list. All right, so the list seems really good from what I recall. So I don't think we're going to have to do too many changes. Maybe just put my little pizzazz in it, make it feel like me. And then we'll probably run a couple test hands, see what I like about it, what I don't. And then we'll go from there. And then we can talk about the tournament and go over what the matchups were really like with this deck, because it's rough, because it's not fun to play through D-Shifter with Roids. It's not a good time. And having your Baron Kaiju'd 3 games in a row does not feel good. And then getting smacked by a Grenmaju and everything else. So yeah, let's pull up this new list and then we'll go over it, talk about it, and go from there. Alrighty, and looking at the list, we have 2 copies of Red-Haired Hasty Horse, 3 copies of Win, 1 copy of Lancia, 1 copy of Tetherwolf, 1 copy of Double Yo-Yo, 1 copy of Terror Top, 2 copies of Duke, 3 copies of Turbo, 1 copy of Dog, like it should be, 3 copies of Tack, 1 Ash, 1 Ogre, 3 copies of Marble Machine, 1 copy of Red Eye Die, 1 copy of Droll and Lockbird, and 2 copies of Effect Failure. 1 copy of Triple Tactics. If you see it, you see it. If not, it's a crossout target. Best case scenario, right? 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More. I'm unable to buy 3 copies of a $200 card. So Dark Ruler No More is going to be all right for me. As long as we can still play the game, that's what matters. 2 copies of Wheel. I want to try this. Just to see if I like it. Someone might not like it, and that's completely fine. It's for me. This is what I'm taking Wednesday, I believe. 1 Call by the Grave. 3 copies of Crossout Designator. 2 Imperms and 1 Duplicate. Still opting for no speed recoveries. Honestly, we could probably drop 1 of each of these and maybe the Ogre. I did like the theory behind the Ogre, but it's not as good as some of the other things we could be playing. So I think 3 speed recovery should be fine. Going on to the extra deck, we'll start with the highest we got. So we got the Rider. I believe we've already gone through this, or it might be in another video that I did this. But once per turn during your main phase, roll 6-sided dice, shuffle wind monsters from your grave into the deck up to the results. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number shuffled. And if you do, this card gains 500 attack for each card destroyed by this effect until the end of this turn. During your opponent's main phase quick effect, he contributes this Synchro summon card, special summon up to 2 level 7 wind Synchro monsters with different names from each other from your extra deck. So removal. It lets you recycle your stuff, so that's why you can play the one of the Link Monster, one of the Cork Blaster, whatever. So honestly, really good. If you don't have one of these, I think they're like $1 something for an ultra rare from Synchro Storm, which is crazy because I pulled 2 of these. I negged so hard on those boxes. But yeah, Rider's really good. So initially, whenever I was first doing my testing, I wasn't playing Rider because I'm like, oh, I don't want to play Clearwing, so I'm not going to play the Rider. Rider's really good, and I didn't notice that until after I was doing the new list. And the new list was really bricky for me, but it's still a powerful card. So I definitely recommend playing that. Crystal Clearwing. Once per turn, you can when your opponent activates a monster effect. Quick effect. You can activate this effect. Until the end of this turn, this face-up card is unaffected by the activated effects of your opponent's monsters. Also, it gains attack equal to that opponent's monster's original attacks. So if they activate a monster effect, you can protect itself, like a Pankratops. Okay, Pankratops tribute itself to try to pop the Crystal Clear. Okay, chain the Crystal Clear. You just lost the body and gave me 2,600 extra attack. He's really good. He's also a Spell and Trap Negate as well. He also has another little bit of effect. If this card is this special summon card, you control this into the grave by an opponent's card. You can add 1 wind monster from your deck. So it's just a generic wind searcher if it leaves the field. So it floats into whatever you need to possibly start another play line. Could be a Tetherwolf, it could be a Wind, it could be a Terror Top, it could be whatever you really need. We got Baron, same as before, really good. We got Kite Drake, same as before. It's a bomb, literally. It destroys all other cards on the field, or it negates the effect of all face-up cards. And then if it gets sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you get to add a Speedroid from the deck to the hand. So going second, if you make this, it gets outed. You search Terror Top and you just go off. So it's not too bad. You can also level modulate this with Red Eye Die. So you can make this a level 2 and go for a Cork Blaster and then bring back the Kite Drake. We got 2 Crystal Wings. 2 Crystal Wing feels correct for me. I feel like a lot of people in the community will think the same way. It's the boss monster of the deck. You need it. There's a lot of situations where 2 Crystal Wing is the play. There's a lot of situations where that's your only play. But you know. You also have Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Good option because you can make this and then you can go into the Crystal Clear. And then this also gives you a target for Baron to bring back. Because if you make Crystal Clear with the Clearwing Fast Dragon, this goes back to the extra deck face up. That's the Pendulum Monster. And Baron needs to target a level 9 or lower. So it just makes the most sense to have that option to be able to bring something back that can protect, negate, destroy, gives you some type of other interruption if Baron's already used her effect. So it's really good. Speaking of which, Clearwing Fast Dragon, same as before. It can quick effect, target one face-up monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck, changes attack to 0, also negate that monster's effect. So that's really good. I've used it a lot of times against my buddy who's playing with Dolces when I was doing like rough testing, or even like the Lyraless stuff. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, Clearwing Fast Dragon. But yeah, Clearwing Fast Dragon's really good. Definitely play that in the deck. You also still have the Wind Pegasus Attic Nister. It's still just an MST. You can destroy a spell or trap up to the number of Attic Nister monsters you control, so itself counts as 1. And then it has a graveyard effect. You can, if another card you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish this card, then target one card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. So it's a compulse. And then if you have like Shen Shen or something in another strategy, Shen Shen can just keep putting that back into the graveyard for you. So if your opponent ever tries to push for anything, I mean, they're always going to have that bounce to deal with. So it's pretty nice in that regard. Speaking of Virtual World, we have Juju. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while you have 2 or more monsters in the grave with the same original type and attribute but different names. So, I mean, we play a lot of win machines, so we are always meeting that criteria. We also have a lot of wins and whatnot that we can banish to use the pop effect that Juju provides, because you can banish 2 monsters from your grave with their same original type and attribute but different names, then target 1 card on the field, send it to the graveyard. It sends. It does target though, but it sends. So if a card can't be destroyed by card effect, it can still be sent to the graveyard as long as you can target it, which is very nice. Good removal for the deck. You got Stardust Charge Warrior still. Draw 1 card. You can attack all special summon monsters once per turn with it, which is nice because you can pair that with like Car Turbo, bump him up to 28. He's mostly used for like just the body to get into the bigger stuff, but he's still, that draw is still valuable. So it's really good to play. We also have the Hagoida. Hagoida is like the main bread and butter combo. We always want Hagoida in grave. We want Hagoida on field. We just want access to Hagoida as soon as possible in the Roids. Also I don't know if I said this in the last section, but the tribute effect can also mess up a lot of other strategies, including like the Lyraless stuff that's now becoming really popular with like the bird up. Like I actually had an incident before the tournament when I was doing some play testing where my buddy, he summoned the barrel, which locked him into XEs for the rest of the turn, brought back a monster, and then on res, once it was an open game state, I tributed the Hagoida off my side of the field to make them level 2. He couldn't do anything with them. So Hagoida has other uses besides just synchro fodder for double Crystal Wing and whatnot. So it's a really good addition to the deck. Then we have the Chambara. This is your level 5. You're usually sending off the high Speedroid rubber band shooter. You're usually not sending this unless you've already had access to Terratop this turn, or Terratop's in the grave. You drew into it. Whatever. Like that's like, this is so you can get like the double yo-yo and the red eye die, go and do some plays. It gives you red eye dice access, and then worst case scenario, I mean, you still can normal summon the red eye dice with the Link monster, so it's not too bad. And then in this build, we're only going to run the 1 Cork Blaster because we want more utility cards, more names that we can go into. I might throw the puzzle in here somewhere if I can find room, but it's looking really tight. Juju might be the one that gets cut again, unfortunately, but yeah, that's where I'm standing. And then the side deck, changed it up a little bit. 2 copies of Nibiru, because like drawing Nibiru going second hurts. Like it's just a dead draw. So we play 2. If we see it, we see it. If not, it's a cross-out target, because our deck hard loses to Nibiru most of the time unless we have like the Tether Wolf. Like there's a little line of combo that we can go with Tether Wolf, where if we have like Car Turbo, Takatomborg, or something of that nature, like if we already have one of those, we can get a Baron on the field by the 5th summon and be completely fine. So that's a neat little thing we can do. But yeah, continuing with the side deck, 2 Nibiru seems all right with me. 3 copies of Godarla. Worst case scenario, win fodder. Best case scenario, it gets rid of a Dragoon or a window or something that we can't deal with. It also just gives us an extra out to boards that just absolutely shut us down, like a window or something of that nature. But yeah, I always really like playing the the Godarla in my Speedroid list. Like, I've always really enjoyed the going second variants of Speedroids. Like, it always just feels so much more impactful. And like, okay, yeah, keep going. Yeah, you're doing great. You're doing great. And then it's like, okay, Kaiju? But I digress. I'm going on a little tangent right there. We are playing the second Droll and Lockbird, I believe. Arguably, I could cut this for like the third Gozen or the third Gravity Collapse. There's options there. We can also cut it for the Feather Duster, but again, I don't like the Feather Duster too much, where Imperial Order is like running rampant in the format still. 3 copies of Twin Twisters. Again, deal with my local metagame. A lot of them like to play trap decks and just stun you out and make you not want to play the game anymore. Imperial Order, because you have to fight evil with evil. 2 Gozen matches, could be 3, depending on this. 3 copies of Gravity Collapse, or 2 copies of Gravity Collapse. Again, could be 3. I might keep the second Droll on the side or whatever. And then the red reboot to stop any like Guru players or some awful trap deck. Alrighty guys, well that has been it. If you enjoyed the video, let me know down below. If you've been testing anything, or if you got a deck list of your own that you've had good success with against the meta or your local meta, let me know down below. I need ideas. I'm really excited to try this list out that we've been going over like the past couple minutes. I think it has a good chance of actually being impactful enough to make a difference. But at the same time, I mean, I'm still skeptical. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see down below. I'll try to keep you all updated. I need really to buckle down on this. I'm doing a lot of extra stuff for like my local game shop, Whirlwind Games, doing a lot of their videos and stuff. So I'm really getting the hang of things, like with my video editing software and just how to put things together, sound effects, extra little details. Like, it's really cool. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace out.